that's like your main platform. I'll do your Instagram as well because it needs some growth, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. I don't even care about it. It's like, oh, new follower, nice.
It's good, bro. I mean, if you grow it, you know, it could be very good. Oh look, the first thing that comes up when I search ProteinSheikh19 is my live stream. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. I don't know if there's anyone in chat yet. Like, I don't see anything in chat.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I don't know what to say. Good.
Okay, someone's here. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick intro. Or should I wait until we've got like 5 viewers at least? But
I'm the 5th viewer, let's start, guys. I'm the 5th viewer, let's start.
Oh yeah, really?
Pop out chat. Alright. Oh, I could just pop out your chat without having to be on the stream.
Alright. I think I'm the only one here. We'll have more soon,
Nice.
inshallah. It's just no one really
Inshallah.
expects me to live stream on a Thursday. I usually do on weekends.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 3 people in chat. Okay, give you guys a quick intro. This is ProteinSheikh19. He used to be known as Mild XST on YouTube, and Abdul Mumit. That's his real name, Abdul, right?
Yeah.
And dude, you've been on YouTube for so long, like nearly 3 years now.
Oh no, I started when I was 12, bro.
Really?
Even before that.
But
When
on
I
your
was,
Islamic self-improvement channel,
yeah,
you've
Islamic self-improvement, yeah, it's been like 3 years
okay.
since I started it. Now the thing is, right, when I first started that channel, I made a video of self-improvement channel for Muslims.
Oops.
And after I got that video going, right, it got like 200 something subscribers.
Mhm.
I started romanticizing my potential for success instead of actually acting upon it. So instead of me trying to put the work in to become
Oh.
successful, I would start daydreaming all day, thinking about a life. I used to love the idea of becoming successful, but becoming successful itself was almost scary to me, like subconsciously. Like I knew, okay, that's cool, let me get this video, oh, but what if people from school see it? What if this person sees it? What if this happens? Like, I feel like a lot of the reasons why I didn't become successful and shoot up to 100k subscribers was because I had so much anxiety, so much like an imposter syndrome. Imagine you're making videos about being good Muslim, but you're not even a good Muslim yourself. And I just thought to myself, okay, how can I make this video when I'm a waste man? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Or when I don't do this, or when I don't do that. And honestly, like, bro, you know, for so long I was lonely, bro. Imagine seeing something funny on your phone, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you're gonna send it to someone. There's no one to send it to, and this would happen so many times, and it would just deepen that sense of loneliness.
Bro,
that
you
I
can
had.
send it to me, bro.
And
Send it to me.
bro, yeah, that's true. But at that time, I wasn't talking to anyone, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, and honestly, man, I think my downfall came while I was on the self-improvement channel. Like while I was making Islamic self-improvement videos, my life was going like this at the same time. So I just felt like a fraud. So I'm like, how can I continue making these videos? You see, and that's why I just got stuck.
Is that
at
kind of
2K
why
and
you
I
like
gave up.
stopped uploading?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I'll give you
I was
guys
like,
some
you-
background for those who don't know. So I just had a brain fart, bro. Right. So yeah,
I have
so
to talk about this Kiwi on live, bro.
huh?
I have to talk about this Kiwi on live.
Kiwi. Oh yeah. Right. So just to give you guys a bit of background, a lot of you might not know this guy, this brother, but he was like, when I first started YouTube and I was doing Islamic self-improvement, I was actually looking for all the Islamic self-improvement YouTube channels. Like I was Googling them all, I was trying to find them all, and you were like the biggest one I found. And you were like my main competition in my head, bro. I was like thinking, okay, I'm gonna... It's not a good way of thinking, honestly. Like
Got me into a piece of cake, bro. I'll be honest.
Huh?
Like in 1 week, he got past my sub count already.
Yeah, it's
I just didn't
bro.
want it as much as you wanted it, bro. That's the thing. Like I just didn't like.
It's
You know what I'm trying to say? Like
yeah. Well, I mean,
just
I
got
also had
content.
my own fall off, to be honest. With after the evolution video, which you may have seen about Islam and evolution, I just felt so depressed, bro. And I think it could have been because, bro, it could have been like evil eye or something. Like I can't put a finger on it, but if I had to say something, I would say maybe evil eye, because it's like it got to my head. I'm not gonna lie, it got to my head. Alhamdulillah, now it's better. But you know, when you get like a viral video that just pops off like that instantly, kind of gets to you, you know, especially when you started, yeah, like for most of your life you've never had any kind of success, you've never like had something cool happen, and then this happens and you're like, wow, you know. That's my story. But yeah, let's get on the question that I was the questions I had prepared. Yeah, like, what's your basic story? So you said you started working out when you were 12?
Yeah, 12 years old. I remember
so what's
when
your
I was
story
12
with
years old,
Islam
like,
and fitness and
man.
all that?
So my brother was telling me about, you know, I have to, whenever I stand, like whenever I'm working out, I have to stand like a man, have my legs spread up. Okay, wait, pause. But you get what I'm trying to say, like, not, you know,
like taking up space and being masculine. And,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I was listening to what he was saying. You know, I go in, like, he told me about mewing. He told me about all of this stuff. Like I had hunter eyes apparently, or something like that, and I had a nice jawline and whatever. But back then I was just like, yeah, man, I'm ugly. Because whenever, imagine being like a brown guy going to a school that's mostly white people and black people, their like perception of beauty is completely different to us. Like, to them, I'll be honest, like on average, to those people, like brown people are ugly to them. You know what I'm trying to say?
To who? Like white to white people? What were you saying?
But, okay, I don't know how to say. I don't like. This is
what kind of people?
But what I'm trying to say is, right. If you go on TikTok, right, and you search up what race would you not date, bro, every single time it's Indian. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
But you're not Indian.
And yeah, I'm Bengali, but you're saying to people be like, oh, same thing. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying it's the same thing, but people will say that.
There's a slight difference, like.
And I'm not talking for every brown person, like. Yeah, and if you don't look exceptionally good as a brown person, to them you're just ugly. Like if you just look like an average brown person, to them you would look this certain way subconsciously. Obviously they won't say it, and obviously I felt that effect on me. Like I just felt ugly. You get what I'm trying to say? Like
when you were like 12, 13?
Bro, from the age of 7, like at the age of 7, yeah, I would tell people, oh, I'm light brown, because obviously we'd have South Asian culture, right? They're telling us like colorism, telling us we have to have lighter skin. And
like
what the hell is light brown, bro?
Caste system.
I guess so. Yeah, that's a part of it, because the lighter you are, the higher in caste, apparently, something like that. I'm not sure.
So where were you on the hierarchy?
I was coal.
Coal?
I was coal. Yeah,
no way.
Actually, no, I wasn't. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I would say light brown. What the hell was light brown, bro? Is it? And obviously, I was black. I was dark skin. Right? And from the age of 7, it's like as I grew up, I had a new insecurity stacked upon. So first, when I'm 7 years old, I want to have lighter skin. Okay, then when I get to 12 years old, I'm learning about mewing. I'm learning about having to get taller and other. You know, bro. When I was 11. I was exfoliating my skin every day, trying to get the ugly away, bro.
Bro, like when I was that age, I was playing Roblox, bro. I don't know how you.
I was playing Roblox as well. I can't lie, but I always had like this perception about the way I looked, right? But then when I got to an age when I was 16 years old, right, I went on such a high. Like the way I looked improved so much. I didn't get any taller.
I'll put some pictures up in post production. If I make this a video,
bro. And at that time, right, I just I want to say my confidence just blew up, bro. Okay, not the best thing to say as a Muslim, but my confidence just went up all the way. And even if someone were to insult me, I wouldn't feel that insult. I'd be like, man, I look good, sharp. But then obviously I had an ego death, right, where I just felt like I was ugly, even though you
weren't at the time though. You were like. Bro, you were like the looks maxing king, bro. At that,
exactly. At that time, you know, I felt so ugly. I would ask my friend, "Oh, bro, Do I look good? And you'll just look at me dumbfounded, like, what are you talking about, man? Anyways, I can't waffle anymore. Next question, please.
Oh, don't worry about it, bro. Let's see what chat's saying. So, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone, bro. I'm on the wrong account. Who's that?
Oh, it's my friend.
Oh, where did you post the stream?
Oh, my Instagram as well, and TikTok. But yeah, when I first started working out properly, right, I think is when I was 12 years old, and I wasn't really telling anyone that I was working out, because obviously when you're in school, right, there's 100 people in your year. They're all gonna have a perception of you, and that's gonna create a self-fulfilling prophecy, obviously, because if they're all telling you one thing, right, and you're 12 years old, there's 100 other 12-year-olds telling you, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're more likely to give in to what they're saying. Even if you can do it, even if you trained, even if you worked hard and you can do it, you're just going to feel the weight of what they're saying, and you're going to conform to the people you're around. That's why after high school, you look at people, right? I look at some people, they change, so they become like people that I could never think they could have became. And I think after high school, you remove yourself from all of these people who have this perception of you, and maybe you have your own little friend group, or maybe you're alone, and in that you can grow, because you don't have people telling you can't do this, you can't do that. Because I know for a fact, if I was 12 years old and I started telling people, oh yeah, I'm training, and they'll be like, oh, you'll never become bigger than me, you will never become stronger than me, or whatever. But I didn't tell anyone at that time, and I just started working out. And I think when I started telling people that I'm working out and whatever, there was a perception of me that, oh, I could never have abs, I could never be lean, and I conformed to that. You get what I'm trying to say? Because
so you didn't you didn't get abs and you didn't become lean?
Like, I did have abs, bro, but I didn't have it to their level. I'll be real, man. They were black. They're born with abs, bro. They would eat the same as me, yeah. And I'm just looking at them like, how is this possible, bro? It's not fair.
I know a guy who's like, he's got crazy genetics, and I'm not gonna say what color he is. But he thinks he works harder than me in the gym. Maybe he does. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
That's not racist. That's a compliment, anyways. So
I mean, yeah, he's very, very defined, very big guy.
But yeah. Oh, my friend's saying my Kiwi. But yeah, anyways, like, what was I saying?
Nabs in chat, my moderator, he's also Bengali.
Stop being gay, bro. Is that?
Yeah, someone said, babe, kissy face.
Probably my friend, man.
Anyway, bro.
Anyways.
So, what's your, or are you not finished with your point?
Yeah, so basically, what I was trying to say, right, I did have abs, but there was a perception of me that I could never become lean. Like, lean to their level. And I conformed to that, so I didn't train as hard. Because in my brain, I'm like, oh, I can never do it anyways. Another thing, I was really bad at football, right? I was really bad at sports in general. The most I could, like, even to run fast, I had to train for that as well, just to be able to run fast. And because every single day people say, oh, you're dead at this sport, you're dead at football, I never trained it. Like, imagine if you put your mind onto anything and you train, let's say for example football, every single day, you are going to get better. But because people are telling me you can never do this, you can never do that, I didn't do it. But then when I got to 16, I started breaking down this level of conformity. Even with basketball, like, I was so dead at basketball, I couldn't even get the ball between my legs, bro. But I trained so much that I could do it, but it was still bad. Like, my technique was still bad, but it was a drastic improvement from before. And even to get lean as well, I started getting lean as well. Like, I stopped conforming to people's idea that I can never be lean. Like, I would always have like a little bit of fat on my belly. Or even when it came to academics as well, it's like people put other people on a pedestal where you can be, where this person is and where this person isn't. And say for example, if you were in set 3, I was like, you're stupid basically. If you're in that class, you start like...
Wait, you were in set 3?
You were in set 3 for a little bit, I can't lie. No, I was in set 2 most of my life, but
okay.
Like, if you were in set 3, right, you were seen as kind of stupid, and when you're put into sets, especially by teachers, you start conforming to it. You don't work harder.
Yeah. But when you're in like set, I know some guys who, there's two types of people who are in like set 3 and 4. There's the really stupid people who just like can't help it but be stupid, but they're good people. And then the people who are disruptive and like the chavs people, like the popular guys who are in set 4, like throwing things around, bro. It's such a bad environment to be in, like being put around other stupid people. Even if you yourself are not stupid, but there's just things going on that make you not get good grades. The schools really limit us like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Say for example, if you put someone that's not meant to be in set 1 into set 1, maybe they'll start trying to become smart, and they'll become smarter.
Yeah.
Say for example, if I do a test, in reality I got 15 out of 30, but then I get the test paper back and I got 25, and it says I got 25 out of 30. Maybe that would inspire something in me, like, oh yeah, I'm meant to be smart. And then every day I start actually revising more and more, and then I get to a point where I'm actually when I actually get 25 out of 30. You get what I'm trying to say?
It's
like we all have.
There aren't
we all put
that
ourselves
many
in a
limits. You know, that there aren't that many limits on us. Like, we may think that oh, in order to get A's in GCSEs or like 9s in GCSEs, I have to be this type of person. I have to have genetically like a big brain or whatever. But it's not like that. Like, it's actually really easy to get 9s. You know, if you just know how to do it. You know, it's crazy.
I feel like any limit that we put on ourselves is just glass. It's just a glass screen. Oh, we can't do this, bro. If you did it every single day, 1 hour for 30 days, 100%, you will see so much improvement. And I think the reason why people don't believe in themselves is because they don't have any. Man, how can I forget the word? They don't have any evidence. How can I forget the word evidence, bro? Oh man.
Nah, bro. You need to learn English, bro.
Oh, relax, man. But they don't have any evidence of what they can do. Like, you know, before I started posting on TikTok, right? I just felt like I can never become successful on TikTok. But then I had to just force myself. Okay, let me just make this video. Let me just post it. And I got to 2, and I'm nearly at 3K now. And even now, I still feel like, I can never get to 100K. But if I just keep going, then eventually I'll get there, inshallah.
Bro, you had like a time, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where you were getting like more than 10K views on like every other video, you know. Really good, bro. You just gotta keep going, and one day you could become like the Muslim self-improvement guy, you know.
Again, the idea of romanticizing the idea of success, I'm afraid I'm doing it right now as well. Like, after I post a video, it's going to get really good. Like, maybe you'll get 100K views, and I'll just feel like a sense of relaxation, like a sense of complacency, like I made it. Bro, I didn't make nothing. All I got was 100K in one video. People are getting millions. They're getting 100K likes on one video.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even about that. Like, it's more about, are you practicing what you preach, you know? And another thing is that, like, one thing I kind of noticed, if I'll be really honest, right, people might not know your story, that you used to be like this Giga Chad basically, and then they see you making fitness content, and then they're saying, why am I gonna take fitness knowledge from this Kiwi? You know,
this brown blob, bro.
Yeah. You know, so bro, you gotta shape yourself up, bro. Get back on it, and inshallah, bro, you could be.
My friends, someone said I'm a full body haki user, bro.
They said what?
I'm a full body haki user. You know what haki like? It makes your skin black. And
never heard of
armament. It. He said I'm full body.
Hey, bro, how do you have so many friends, bro? If only I had these people in my live stream chat normally. Ismail XSC a guy? Oh my god, yeah, I found it. Anyway, bro, what's your story with Islam? Because I saw, obviously, ever since you started making content on your Mild XST YouTube channel and then ProteinSheikh19, I see that you always blur your own aura, and you don't include music. You include like nice Islamic nasheeds and stuff, and that's rare. Like, honestly, I don't see it very much. So what kind of got you into that? Like, what made you kind of become a good Muslim, basically? Or is it like you were born with like good parents, or what?
So at the age of 11, so from a young age, obviously my dad was the Quran teacher, so I never went to the mosque to learn Quran. And it was always like, when I went to school, I was like, oh yeah, I can't do the Christmas songs, I can't do this because it's haram, I can't do that because it's haram. And obviously from the age of 12, right, from 12, after the age of 12, why am I saying that again and again? But yeah, after the age of 12, right, I didn't
after
really
the
have
age of
anyone
12?
pressing on me. I didn't have anyone pressing on me about Islam, to read Quran, to pray Salah and stuff. And then I slowly came to it myself. And I think the first thing I read a book by Numan Ali Khan. I think that's one of the first things that strengthened my iman. And the thing, though, I think one of the main things I learned about in that book was haram money. So I was always wary about haram money. If I'm gonna start
really
making
important.
money on YouTube or TikTok, I can't be haram. It just can't be haram. And that's one of the things that strengthened my iman. And then slowly, when I was 14 years old, right, I started making videos where I was showing my aura and I was having music, because I didn't really know about it. Like, I didn't really think about it. You get what I'm trying to say? Not because
it's just what everyone else did. Like all the other fitness YouTubers did that. So
I wasn't. Yeah, I was just 14 years old. I wasn't thinking about it. And then when I got to 15, right, something bad happened to me, and it made me depressed. And that's when I went back to Allah, and I just became more religious. Right? Imagine every single time it was prayer time. The minute it hit prayer time, I would just go and I'll just go do what do, and I'll start praying, unless I'm in the middle of a game up, and then after the game, like, guys, I gotta go pray. And that doesn't, I wouldn't say that makes you a good Muslim. It just makes you a Muslim to pray 5 times a day.
It's the bare minimum. But praying like on the time is really good. Like praying on the time. Like even I, like sometimes I wait 10, 20 minutes. Obviously I don't pray after the time of the prayer, but you know what I mean. Like that's really good.
And obviously, like with your salah, you become a better person. So the more you pray, the less you want to sin almost. So when I was looking at these videos, right, I was like, oh, I just learned that showing your aura is haram, or I got to private this video. I know it got 3k views. It was a video about where I trained like One Punch Man for a month, but I didn't really train exactly like him. There were some things that changed, and it was getting so many views here, and I realized that, oh, I have my aura in this. I got to private it, so I privated it. I had music in it as well, and it's like I was a battle in my head. I had to go onto YouTube and search, is music halal? And I was doing it 100 times trying to justify it to myself, like, oh no man, it's okay. But then I realized one day, okay, if I sacrifice this for the sake of Allah, Allah will give me something even greater. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I privated all of those videos, and I realized even when I have low iman, I know for a fact that I'm not going to put aura or music in the video, because one day in the future I'm going to have high iman, and I'm gonna private it, so I might as well just not do it.
That's a great way of thinking, actually. I never thought of that, you know, like, but yeah. So when you're in a place of low iman, you just kind of think, there's no point of me uploading this anyway, because whether I don't upload it now or I delete it later, it's gonna be deleted eventually. Yeah. That kind of thing.
And also, bro, it's so easy to not use music in your videos. It's so easy. It's so easy to not show your aura, bro. Look at. Bro, it's just from my navel to my knees, including the navel on the knees. How hard is that?
Exactly, bro. You get like, there's dawah YouTubers, and it's not just, there's several of them, but what they do is they go on the street and they do an interview with like a Christian woman, or they react to a clip of a Christian woman, and then bro, they just don't blur them, but you're supposed to, you know? It's so weird.
Anyway, so I'm gonna ignore that message in the chat.
Ignore chat, bro. Ignore chat. They're distracting you. But how did Salah help you, bro? Like, did you notice any differences, like between when you first started praying Salah consistently, and then?
Yeah. So. I feel like sometimes, like, maybe some bad stuff will happen to you in life, and then because of those bad things, you realize you only have Allah, or Allah is the only one that's really going to care about you. And then you go back to him, start praying 5 times a day. My tawakkul was through the roof, bro. And I remember I would always just trust in Allah, and he would always deliver. Because I think there's a hadith where it says Allah is what you think about him. Yeah. So if you think bad of Allah, he's gonna, you're not gonna get. But then if you think good of him, then you're gonna get the good stuff. So I remember one time, right, I had a gym membership, and if I didn't get to the gym in the time that I booked it, I'm gonna get a fine. So I was like, and then I went to the tram stop, right, and then the tram said 12 minutes. I was like, oh man, it's like I'm cooked, right? Because if it's in 12 minutes, like I gotta be there in 5. So then I made a dua with like full tawakkul. There wasn't a doubt in my soul that, if like basically if Allah's gonna let it happen, then nice, Allah accepted my dua. But if Allah didn't let it happen, then maybe it was for a better reason. Maybe I didn't get what I want for a better reason. And I made the dua like, Ya Allah, make the tram times be lying, make the tram come here the next minute. And that's exactly what happened, because I didn't have a doubt in my soul. Bro. There wasn't a cell in my soul that thought to myself, Allah's not going to let this happen to me. Like, Allah's not going to do this for me. You get what I'm trying to say?
I've had something similar with the bus. Bus times are very inconsistent. But one time I had to get on that bus. So I just said, Ya Allah, please, please, let me get another bus coming right now. And then it came. SubhanAllah, bro.
And another thing I realized, right, when I was younger, and I would say, for example, if I need to leave my friends to go pray, like we're all in the VC, we're all playing a game, we're all having fun. If I went to leave here and I realized in my prayer, if I now rush this prayer, I'm gonna go back to talk to my friends, and a fight is gonna start. But then if I do this prayer nice and slow and I don't rush it, I'm gonna go back and everything's gonna be fine.
Why would a fight start?
Like I don't know, like I feel like whenever I rush my prayers and I'll go back, someone's on some verbal or something, and then but then whenever I didn't, like everything was nice and smooth. You get what I'm trying to say?
I don't know. I don't know about that part. Like if it can, you know, Allahu Alam, bro.
I'm not saying that's how it is, but that's what happened to me. That's what I'm saying. That's my experience. Like,
but yeah, no, Salah is Salah with good khushu and doing it on time is so important, right? But it's too many people neglect it, you know. Like me personally, I know a lot of Muslims in real life. Like I'm not close with any, but I do kind of notice that, like not just in real life, but also online. When people speak to me, they tell me they get doubts. Is that more than you think of? Like Muslims just don't pray 5 times a day, you know, and it's really sad, you know. But
fingers.
But there's an upcoming app. There is a coming app called Just Pray, right? So it's not out just yet, but in about 20 days or so, it's gonna release. And what it is basically like a tracker for your salah, right? It tracks your salah, and you get detailed statistics. You get a detailed journal, and also an AI assistant that's like a prayer coach that helps you with your prayers. Abdul, what do you think of Just Pray? See, guys,
it's a very good app actually because it's like a what am I gonna say? Am I about a waffle or what? But it's like an app that you're meant to delete one day. It's not an app that's trying to keep you forever. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not trying to it's not trying to milk you for money forever. Like it's telling you, okay, keep this app until you start actually praying 5 times a day, and then once you pray 5 times a day, delete the app because you don't need it anymore. It's like something to help you with your journey of becoming a better Muslim. And honestly, you know, people will go every single day, buy chicken and chips for £5, and then they'll see an app that's actually beneficial for them. It's £5, yeah? But like, oh no, that's too much. Bro, instead of paying money to things that make you go, like, what? People making fun of me in the chat for doing this. Okay, but but like, instead of paying money for things that aren't good for you, why don't you pay just £5 for something that's actually good for you?
It's actually £9. It's gonna be £9. Just to clarify.
£9. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, so the max is gonna be $9. So I think that's like £8 or something like that. We're not 100% sure of what the pricing will be. It'll be different for different countries, inshallah. But yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next like topic. Since we spoke about like journey with Islam, your fall off. I'm really curious about this, bro, because you fell off like 3 years ago, and then you just came back, and you went from being like a Giga Chad to a Kiwi.
To a Kiwi, yeah, cool.
Yeah, what happened, bro?
Someone said John Paul's cousin, but yeah. Anyway, so the first time I was depressed, right? I used all of that fuel and all of that thing, right? It was like a state of 24/7 motivation. It wasn't even discipline. I knew it wasn't discipline. It was just 24/7 motivation. And every day I would wake up, I would train hard. I remember I was doing push-ups to failure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would do, and the first set I was doing 30 something, right? And I rest 5 minutes. The next set I'm doing even more than the one before. And I rest 3 or 5 minutes, and the next set I'm doing even more. That's how motivated I was. That's how, you know. And bro, my prayers were so slow as well. I was just going, like, the way I looked physically was just this way, but my mental was this way. Like mentally, I was just like, I had an ego death. I was just.
You got like burnt out, you mean?
Not burnt out. No. I just had an ego death basically. Like things happened to me, and it just made me really depressed. Like, made me look at myself in a different way, where I didn't see myself as. I still knew I looked good, but back then, but I just had an ego death. Like, I felt worthless. Like, my worth was invalidated, right? And I used all of that to just train harder and become my peak physical shape. But then as I got into my peak physical shape, I realized that, okay, look, I think maybe I'm starving myself a bit too much. I look at my left arm, it's just, the shoulder is just so skinny. And that's where everything went downhill, because I started bulking, but I started dirty bulking.
Ooh,
and after high school, right, I didn't have, I wasn't doing the same amount of exercise. Like, I didn't have PE, I didn't have lunchtime every single day where I was playing sports with other people. Maybe I would work out, but I wouldn't work out, as much as I did before. And I was burning less calories and I was consuming more. And I just became fatter and fatter and fatter. And the more I saw myself becoming fat, the less motivated I was, the more depressed I became. And the more it just compounded, like compound interest. That, like, my depression had a compound interest on it, bro. Like, I just became more and more depressed and more like, okay, I can never make it back, or I just know that I can never make it back, but it's going to take longer to get back. And yeah, I just became fatter and fatter. Even when I was like making the self-improvement videos, I was still getting fatter and fatter. But I was still going to the gym, but my diet wasn't there. Like, I wasn't disciplined with my diet, right?
Bro, I remember checking your I was checking your YouTube every couple of months. I was just like, where is this guy gone, bro? Where did he go? It's crazy, bro. So you that kind of happened, right? And how did you? Was that one thing that kind of influenced you to just say, nah, bro, I don't want to be like this anymore. I'm getting back into it. I'm doing a TikTok. I'm gonna, start getting better.
So there was many things that influenced me to do this. Now, number one is the friends that I have in my chat right now, saying weird stuff. But because, listen, when you're lonely, right, the depression just gets worse. But then when you have a good bunch of Muslim friends with you, that every Friday you go with them to Jummah, you talk with them, maybe at the end of the day on Instagram, or you VC with them, you play games with them, that makes you feel like, bro, you need a tribe of people. You need friends to make you feel like you belong somewhere, to make you feel better about yourself, to have people to talk to. Because I think the worst thing for mental health, like one of the worst things you could do, is isolate yourself. And that's what I did for 6 months. And that's why I was just getting worse and worse. But then when you have people to talk to, people that are going to check on you, people that are going to make fun of you, maybe, like in a nice, like in a funny way, if you're fat, if you're not doing as well as you're meant to do, if you're not being as Muslim as you're meant to be, if you're doing something haram, they're going to tell you, bro, what are you doing? These are the friends you're meant to have. But before that, I did have friends, but they weren't exactly Muslim. And maybe they'll be drinking, maybe they'll be doing that. And obviously, I've never drank in my life because I like my pain raw. But anyways,
what does that mean?
But yeah, honestly, the thing is, right, I don't think I haven't drank in my life because I'm disciplined. I think I never drank in my life because I didn't have friends that were always drinking. Obviously, when I was with those friends that drink and whatever, they weren't drinking in my presence. Like, there'll never be a time where they're drinking in my presence. Like, I'd only go with them to maybe football or like somewhere else. But the thing is, right, yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, like having good friends is one of the main things. Like, you are the average of the people you hang out with, right? What are these spamming in chat, bro?
Clip farming.
But yeah, I think let's do some clip farms, bro. I want some clips.
And honestly, like, the isolation was probably better. Honestly, to a certain level, isolation is better than having those bad friends. Because imagine it, instead of isolation, I had the bad friends that I started drinking with them. Because I know the reason I wasn't drinking is not because I'm disciplined, or because I knew for a fact, bro, if I had 5 non-Muslim friends that they're all drinking, one day I'm going to feel peer pressure to drink myself. Yeah, I'm trying to...
That's what happens, the Prophet ﷺ said, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something along the lines of, he who's friends with a people is one of them. Have you heard this hadith? Yeah. Now, maybe I'm misquoting, but that's what it is, right? So, that's why you should be so careful with who you make friends with. You can't just be making friends with anyone just because it's fun. You should be choosing the right people. Because otherwise even
this live streams, that the amount of gymnastics this live stream is doing for my mental health is crazy. Because just talking to another Muslim and being on this live stream making me feel way better than 2 hours ago when I woke up and I just felt depressed. Like, oh, am I gonna get these TikToks out? Are they good enough? Or did my YouTube channel like? You know what I'm trying to say? Just talking to another Muslim and being in the presence of another Muslim is making me feel better.
That's good, bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, look, if you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with, then me plus you is like 60,000 followers. So that means you're gonna have 30,000 followers soon, and I'm gonna have 30,000 followers soon.
And oh man, I remember before, right?
Yeah.
So in year 13, I was with 2 friends. They're not bad friends, but they just had different priorities. They were just like, a lot of them weren't Muslim, and I had one Muslim friend with me as well. But we would spend the night on Roblox horror games, bro. My night became day, my day became night.
Bro, Roblox horror games are so
I'm meant to be doing my A-level exams, bro.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be doing my A-level exams, and I'm here on VC all night, and I'm asleep all day. And they're not bad friends, but they just had different things going on for them in life. And yeah, and because I was friends with them, I became exactly how they are. But then when I started surrounding myself with more Muslims, I became more like they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're heavy, like as humans, we're heavily influenced. But yeah, as Muslims, right? Man, what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh no.
Don't know. You were saying that you surrounded yourself with good Muslims. And then...
Oh right, because you're heavily influenced. Because as a person, I can never imagine being an atheist having 1,000 different masters. Because if you're an atheist, you're going to be pulled in so many different directions, so many different beliefs, so many different ways of living. At 1 second you think, okay, this is the way of life. No, this stoicism. No, nihilism. No, this. No, that. And this person thinks this when I do that. So I have to please them. But no, as a Muslim, I'm only here to please Allah. I only have one master, so it's much more easier for me to live, for me to go about the day. Because if I post something on TikTok and I know it's by the rules of Islam and there's 100 people that don't like it, I'm like, so what? I'm these people not my master. Allah is my master, and it makes my life so much more easier to just live.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like, you really, like, when you increase your iman to the point that you embody like Islam and you follow Islam properly, especially in public. If someone hates on you, it's like, bro, I'm doing everything fully halal. Like, how can you? You just you just don't care about what people say when you know that what you're doing is pleasing to Allah, inshallah. Yeah. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just saw someone say salam. Jan, your mustache needs fine tuning. Do you agree?
Maybe, bro. Maybe.
Oh, that's fine, bro. Look at it. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, where were we? But
all right.
Yeah, bro, what advice would you give? I personally need this advice, right? How do you make Muslim friends? How, like, if someone's a revert, or if someone's, like, in a really bad friend group and they want to find more Muslim friends and they want to improve themselves, how do you even go about doing that?
I would say find a mosque that's not busy. In the sense that find a mosque here where there's a congregation but there's not so many people there. Because before I would go to mosque, right? And there's so many people, it's packed, bro. We start praying in the parking lot, and after the prayer is done, everyone's just trying to go home. But then when I went to a smaller community, right, after the prayer is done, everyone's helping out to take care of the masjid. Like, we're all wrapping up the prayer mats to put it back inside because it's a community center. And then after that, we're playing table tennis, where the community center is doing like events and stuff, where you can go there and you can meet other young Muslims like yourself. And you can form a bond like that.
Well, like, whereabouts do you live?
Why would I say that on stream?
Okay, you live in England, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, there's some parts of England that have more Muslims and some parts that don't. Like, for me, where I live, I have like a lot of Muslims, but there aren't any Muslim events that I know of. Like, nothing goes on. Like, there's nothing happening, bro. So my best bet would be to go to school, but I don't go to school anymore, so I'm cooked, bro. Cooked.
To be fair though, like, every mosque, like, they will have some sort of event. Like, if you go to, like, I remember going to a mosque, like, we do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on Tuesdays or whatever, and they have that as well. Yeah. So if you go to any mosque, you'll find people, and you'll find events. Just talk to the imam. And yeah, when you have kids, you should look for a place where there's more Muslims as well. Well, when you're gonna start a family. And the thing is, yeah, bro, my primary school, my high school, maybe there was barely any Muslims there. But when I went to sixth form, bro, okay, it's a Catholic school, right? But on every Friday we're praying Jummah at the Catholic school.
At the school?
With 50 people. Yeah,
Allah
with 50
Mubarak.
people. And like one of the year 11s or to 12 to 13s will be the imam. And even then, if it's not Jummah, we're praying Dhuhr on a normal day, like on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're praying Dhuhr in school at lunchtime.
With like 50 people, like all.
Not,
bro,
okay, not 50 people.
Yeah.
The Dhuhr, like, it'll be less people, but on Jummah, like, it's packed. Especially in Ramadan, bro, it was packed in a Catholic school. It's like, you go there, like, bro, why are there so many Muslims in the Catholic school? But I think it's because it's an all boys school, so maybe the parents wanted to take them to an all boys school.
Bro, the sad thing is, that where I live, right? In my school, I had maybe like 50 to 100 Muslims there, at least, maybe like even 20. But when I started we started a prayer room, right, for lunchtime, because it was like Asr was really early. Asr was like when school ends, so you can't really pray Dhuhr unless there's a prayer room. So we started a prayer room, and out of like the 20-30 Muslims in the school, only like a max of like 5 or 6 people came, and it was really, really sad, you know. Jan, you look homeless. Put on some better clothes. Don't look homeless.
Where's your suit, bro? Like last time.
My suit? Oh yeah. No, it's I've got my bird suit here.
But yeah, that's the depressing thing when there's bare Muslims, but then none of them want to just pray. It's not even being religious, bro. You're just praying. It's an obligation.
Yeah, all you have to do is just pray.
Yeah, just pray. Yeah, exactly. Just pray, bro. Yeah.
When can I hop on the podcast?
Another thing I realized, bro.
Someone, this kid wants to join the podcast.
Friend.
Hell no, bro.
I realized that. Alright, let's clip from here. I realized that when you become fat, yeah, you become disabled. If you're fat, you are disabled, bro. Because putting on your shoelaces, man, you got a hunk over and there's this pillow in the middle and you have to suck in the belly and try putting your shoelaces. If you're sitting down on the bed, it's like there's a pillow in the way. Again, it's so uncomfortable. If you have to, bro, imagine, right, you're with your kid or whatever, and then someone comes in, you just grab your kid and they start running. You can't even run after them.
Speaking like, from experience.
But I think I saw a clip, right, where there was this woman with a buggy, right? The buggy was strolling down into the road, but she was too, like, immobile to move and get to the buggy in time.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah,
I think she did get to the buggy in time.
I don't know, it's a
still
viral clip, but yeah, no, if you're fat, you're not just like you calling them disabled. You're not just being controversial. They're like, if they go to the doctor, they're disabled. You know, they can get the parking next to the front of the shop if they want. You know, it's
disabled in the sense that the word disabled means you're unable. If you become fat, you're unable to do a lot of things. Like, even my dad, at his old age, he became skinny. He was like, if I was fat right now, I wouldn't even be able to move.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he was saying. Like, and he's like 66, and that's the thing, right? If you're not healthy, if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna be a burden to your family in the future.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I agree. I've just dealt with customer. This work experience, dude. This guy's doing work experience and he's in chat.
That's too funny, bro. Oh man.
But okay, is there anything else that you kind of wanted to add, like about your story, or if you want to clip farm something, say something you kind of wanted to say?
Okay, so when I first started working out, I was 12 years old, right? Properly. And the thing is, we all went to a park. I think it was after sports day or something. And I just see like a lot of the other guys, they have abs and everything. They're like, but then me, I'm just some skinny fat Bengali kid, right? So I'll go home and I just start training my abs, and that's when I first started training. And you know, it's because of this perception that, okay, I don't really have anything else going for me, so let me become the fitness guy. Let me have something that differentiates me, that makes me feel like I'm doing something else that's special. But yeah, that was a bunch of waffle. Abdul, how do you clean between both of your bellies?
Who said that?
That was definitely my friend, bro.
Who said that, bro? What? Oh my goodness, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie though, because I'm fat, I have like, you know how your fingers, right, as they move like this, they have these lines in it, like the crease lines. I have more crease lines on my belly because the roll is like I'm always sitting like this, and there's more, and it's just long.
I used to have that actually. I'll tell you a funny story, right?
Man.
So when I was, I think I was 12 to, from like 10 to 13, I used to be a fatty. Like, I used to be like plumpy, bro. You know, I'll put some pictures up now. But, bro, I had literal man boobs, and I've still got gyno because of it, which I won't show you. But, so what happened was, every time I sat like this, bro, I would have creases down here. I'd have creases here, and like I was so anxious as well. Like, I had major anxiety, and bro, I was like seeing things to that point. And then when I saw these creases from me being fat, some days I would wake up and I'd think, did someone like steal my kidney or something, or my organs? I was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was crazy back in the day, but alhamdulillah, you know, when I turned back to Islam, this crazy anxiety that I had, and this like insanity or borderline insanity that I used to have, is basically gone away now. Now if you speak to me, I'm just like a little strange, right? I'm not like I was back then. It's what are you talking? Okay, bro, what are you talking about, man? Shut your.
Someone said, Abdul, when can you do oil with feet ASMR?
Nah, bro, I gotta tell you, bro, you shouldn't be having your feet on TikTok. Like, just put some socks on, bro, cause
it was so hot that day, bro. I can't even lie. And I was doing like training video and I.
Nah, bro, you don't know what kind of weirdos are. You don't. You don't know what kind of weirdos are hanging around on TikTok, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ask him to do push-ups. Yeah, do some push-ups to failure now.
No, I can't be asked.
Do some, bro.
No, I'm good, bro. Let me stay on the bed. Let me just stay on the bed, man.
This is your limited, bro. This is why you don't have a wife.
That's crazy, bro. I need a driving license first, man.
What?
I need a driving license first, at least, bro, before I even look for a wife, man. Can you floss in between your toes for ASMR?
Guys.
I think it was a mistake putting it on my story, man.
Yeah,
mistake, bro.
Guys.
Nah, I'm joking. It's entertainment, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's entertainment, but we're trying to do a beneficial live stream to help people, to inspire people, to cause action and change in people, and then you guys are talking about flossing between toes ASMR. Why do you drive?
So why do you drive? No, what I'm trying to say is, before I get a wife here, I want to be able to at least drive. Imagine, right, I have a wife here. She needs to go hospital. She needs to go here. She needs to go there. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take the bus.
Get an Uber,
what?
bro. Get an Uber.
No, but even then, like, you know,
bro, get like a. You don't even need a driving license, bro. All you need is to become rich and get like a limo that follows you around like a butler.
Yeah, but I think there's some things that before you even look for a wife, you need to start focusing on trying to better yourself first.
Oh yeah,
so
like at least learn about what your responsibilities are, you know, as a husband, because a lot of people miss that, and I hear some questions to like Asim Al Hakim from wives saying, hey, my husband does this and this, my husband thinks I should do this and this, should I? And it's like baffling what kind of things people, you know, think about. It's very weird, bro. Can you talk about your boxing journey? Actually, I think that's a good, yeah. Let me formulate the question so we can clip farm it. And yeah, so tell me about your boxing journey, because I saw some of your TikToks are about boxing. What's all that about? Like how'd you get into boxing and how's it going for you now?
So my friend actually, he has his own TikTok and he's starting to start his own business about boxing. And he wanted to get me and one of my friends to start boxing with him, like do training sessions. So when I first started boxing, right, bro, my footwork was bad, everything was bad. I couldn't punch properly, I could punch properly, but my footwork was so bad. But then, from his training, right, I went back home and I started thinking about what we were saying. I was doing it myself, and I'm definitely waffling right now. But yeah, I just started practicing the same moves over and over again, practicing the footwork until it got to an okay level for a beginner, basically. Yeah. My boxing journey is 4 sessions, bro. So it's not that...
Top 10, bro. That's top 10 waffles the whole time, bro. Top 10 waffles.
top 10 Muslims, bro. That's not being a clip at all.
Nah, bro.
Yeah. What other questions are there, bro?
I also.
Let me see.
So, what advice would you give to young Muslims who are maybe at every point of what journey you are at? Like people who are like 12 years old or something, and they're insecure about what they look like, and they're trying to look better. Or you know, people who are like 15 years old and they're looking good, but it's all kind of getting to them. You know, what kind of advice would you give to such people?
I would say always remember that anything that's given to you can be taken away. Never think to yourself that this can never be taken away from me, or that can never be taken away from you, or I'm always gonna have what I have right now forever. Everything is temporary. So just remember that even if you're on the highest of highs right now, yeah, and also for any young Muslims right now, you're gonna be going through this journey where you do bad things and you do good things. Sometimes you're doing good things, sometimes you're doing bad things. People are gonna see this, they're gonna say, why are you bad sometimes and why are you good sometimes? But in reality, that's exactly how you're meant to be. You're meant to be bad at times and you're meant to be good at times.
Mm-hmm.
And you never let someone tell you that you have to be either good or either bad. Because if you have to choose between being good or bad, you're gonna always choose being fully bad, because it's so much easier than always doing what's right. Because doing what's right, it takes strength. It takes a level of strength. Like if people say, for example, if you're 18 years old right now and you have a set of friends that are not Muslim and they're telling you to drink, it's always going to take much more strength to say no than to fall into the bad habits.
Yeah, no, I agree, but it is also good to remember for everyone that if you do sin, try to hide it, because sinning is supposed to be done. If you're gonna sin, like, hide it, bro. Don't sin in public. That's one main thing, because and yeah, if you are gonna choose between one or the other, it's better to always be good. Hold on, I'm gonna close my window.
I thought I don't stop with him, but I'm joking.
What you say?
Nah, I said tell the dog to stop whiffing. But yeah.
Oh, and I hate my dog. Honestly, I didn't ask for it.
God.
The guest is a good speaker. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. I agree. You're actually a great speaker, bro. Allah Mubarak.
Oh, the thing is, right, when I let myself flow, like I don't have a script or anything, that's when I can actually speak better. But if you see my TikToks, right, or my YouTube videos, they're not the highest like edited, right? Maybe they're not highly edited, but it takes me 30 minutes to take out all the stutters, all the times I slur my words, and I have to restart whatever I'm speaking, because I write down something, but when I'm making a video, I want to say something else, and my brain starts confusing with what I have to say and what I want to say, and I start slurring my words, I start stuttering everything. But when I just let myself flow like this, bro, I just do whatever I want, I just say whatever I want, and it's much easier. And even like when I don't know what to say, I let myself waffle, and I think about what I really want to say at the same time, so that I can join it at the end of whatever I'm waffling about.
Abdul, when you gonna start locking in? Yeah, like what's your...
I'm already locked in, bro.
What's your future plan? Like, what are you striving towards right now? And where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
In the next 6 to 12 months, I see myself somewhere. But yeah, I see myself... Okay, I want to be 70 kilograms.
Right,
I want to have a driving license. I want to have a car.
Are you on like 200?
Right now I'm 85.
Okay.
200, I can't. Okay, wait. I can't. Like one time I was walking up the stairs, right, and brother was like, those gorilla AIs, where it's an AI video and a gorilla just comes out of nowhere. That's what you look like right now. Oh my god. And I can't lie, bro. His wife as well. Like at one time, yeah, I woke up, right, and I told him, guys, I'm gonna go in the shower so I can wash my hair. And he was like, oh, wash your hair, yeah. That's what she said. I'm like, yeah, wash my hair.
Who said?
Because she's trying to take my sister-in-law. She's like, wash your hair. Wash your hair. What hair? That's what she's basically trying to say. Like, you don't have any hair to wash. So what are you trying to tell us that you're washing your hair?
That's crazy. So you want to have more hair?
Yeah, obviously that's one thing. But I think instead of focusing on this, I need to focus on making some money, bro. Getting fitter as well. Because if I learn to speak,
just make dua for everything. Like every day, bro. Make dua for your beard, for your head, for your
yeah, exactly.
To get healthier. All of that stuff. Because with Allah can make anything happen, like literally, so if it is possible, like to get 1 in a million results, if there is a guy who can achieve what you want, really quickly, then why not ask Allah for that and have faith that He can give you that if He wills, you know?
Exactly, bruv. Okay, let me see what other questions I gave you to ask me. Right, what other things can we talk about?
Yeah, what was your first workout split?
Oh my god, bro, my first workout split was so stupid. It was so arm focused. I was doing like 10 sets of bicep curls. So, okay, imagine you're 12 years old, right? You don't know much about fitness, and the first thing that you see whenever you see fitness are big biceps, getting bigger arms and stuff. So,
well, like this.
That's the thing that I was like, yeah, I was just focused on getting bigger biceps. You can't really see because the light's like good, but like imagine I was just there doing 10 sets of bicep curls, not even full range of motion, just the top part, and then I was doing tricep dips. Maybe I'll do some push-ups, back and legs. Okay, I started working out legs because I wanted to be a sprinter, but back was out of the question, bro. I wasn't doing any back exercises.
Yeah, I kind of hate back.
Yeah,
it's mid.
My physique, yeah, became so like imbalanced, and my shoulders were so much smaller than compared to my arms. So instead of having a V-taper look, I had more of a fat look. Like even when I was skinny, because my widest point was near my arms. Like instead of.
Now you know I really like working out shoulders actually. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've got quite wide shoulders.
Because the thing is, yeah, because if you look at someone right
Mm-hmm.
with a shirt on, the thing that's gonna make you know like, okay, did this guy work out or not, is the shoulders, how broad the shoulders are.
Exactly.
So when you have a shirt on, if the shoulders are broad, that's how you know someone's working out, because you can't see anyone's like arms and whatever if they have like a loose shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. If you have narrow clavicles, that's at peak.
Narrow clavicles?
Like when your shoulders are closer together, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Instead of being further apart.
Is further apart good?
Yeah, further apart's good.
Oh, I think mine are further.
Yeah.
I've got good.
Yeah. Also, yeah, you need to work out the neck as well. The traps. The thing is with the traps, right? You don't want to work out your traps too much because they kind of become big, and you're gonna start looking like a small human trying to come out of a bigger body. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Like
If you ever seen those videos? Yeah, like if your traps are too big, yeah, you look like a smaller human trapped inside of a muscle suit. But you need to train your neck as well, because if you have an amazing physique, right, your neck is not as strong as it should be. You kind of look like your face and your neck doesn't fit your body.
Bro, I used to work out the neck, right? I used to work out my neck, and I put my workout split on my Discord server, just so I can kind of remember it and have it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it for you. Oh wait, I forgot I'm recording this. Okay, never mind. But it was like what was I saying? So I used to work out the neck, and no one, like, because I was friends with a bunch of people who didn't really know anything about exercise. So they heard from me that I exercised my neck, and I was like, what? What do you mean you exercise your neck? So they started making fun of me for it. They were saying, oh yeah, you have to go into gyms to work out his neck, you know. And eventually,
oh man,
I just stopped working out.
Doing squats.
Trying
to justify doing squats back in year 7, year 8 was, they're like, oh, why is the
what is it?
They're like, why are you doing squats? Are you a girl? Do you want a big bum? Yes, bruv, because the bum is the shoulder of the upper body.
Wait,
the glutes are the shoulders.
I don't know about having a big bum, bro. If that's what floats your boat. If that's what floats your boat, bro. If you want to have a big bum.
Why did I say that? No, not having a big bum, but having like a rounded, like strong.
Yeah, it's a bit sauce, bro. Yeah, it's a bit sauce. I'm not gonna lie.
Basically, because listen. Imagine look at someone's physique, right, from the side. They have nice cap shoulders, right, but then it's just flat over here.
Yeah, but that's for girls. For guys, it doesn't matter.
How about I leave this call, bro? But like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it should be capped at the top, and it should be capped over here as well, a little bit. It's not about having a big one, but just having a slight.
So you want to look like that picture of Omni Man? You know.
No, but especially the thing is, right, I wanted to be a sprinter as well, so I needed strong glutes, because when you're running, right, your hamstrings and your glutes should work together, and all your muscles should work together. That's why I was doing it so much, and I can't lie, I regret it because my ass is too fat now, bro.
Bro's spending 5 minutes trying to justify making his butt big, bro. It's a bit.
Bro, my glutes are too big, bro. Oh man. Like I just go to my friends and be like, oh look at all that cake, or
What?
I'm just like, yeah, long day, bro. I'm just like, look, no. People will be like, bro got caught. But yeah.
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
But yeah, I think the glutes are like the shoulders of the upper body. The way your shoulders cap your upper body, your glutes cap your lower body.
No, I think
you
it's more like
understand what I'm
the quads, you know.
No. The quads would be more like the chest. That's what gives it that
I guess so.
massiveness.
Hey,
But
can
then
you do this with
the
your?
shoulders give that nice
Can you do
rounded
this?
look. What do you want to see? My it's not in the best line right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it
I'm
with my
fat,
quads,
bro.
bro.
Anyway, so
Bro, I've
like,
done
this
legs
shirt's
like
not the
5
best.
times in my whole lifetime.
But yeah, the thing is, right, when you work out your legs as well, like, don't you think that's gonna, because the legs are such big muscles, don't you think that's gonna when you're recovering, isn't it gonna put out more growth hormone or something?
Yeah, because you know, recovery and building muscle, it releases testosterone. I don't know exactly how it works, but
Yeah.
so you got a tiny bicep here, working it out, you're gonna get testosterone from it. But then you've got this massive like quad, and then in your case the glutes. It's
Oh, shut up. But even then, like, when you're fighting and stuff, your power comes from your legs as well.
yeah, well, like
That's why you
twisting
should
your hip and yeah.
train every muscle in your body, even my tibialis. Like,
What's
the thing is, right, say for tibialis is, okay, my feet are
on
right
your on your calf? This one,
Yeah, it's like the opposite, yeah.
bro. Why are you training your tibialis, bro? That's like
So basically, like, imagine when you jump, right? When you're jumping and you're coming back down, when you come back down and your feet hit the floor, the tibialis is the muscle that's absorbing that impact, and that's going to protect your knees more.
okay.
That's why I started training my tibialis, and it's gotten way bigger than it was before. Like, when I was doing basketball, that's the thing that I was training. So whenever because I was always jumping in basketball, even though like maybe I couldn't jump the highest, and I was messing up my knees because it was on concrete. So I was playing on concrete all the time, and yeah, you need to train every single muscle in your body, in my opinion. And honestly, I think bodybuilding is the most basic level of working out. Not saying it's bad, but if I see a guy, he just has big muscles, I'm like, yeah, well done, bro. Of course, it took like mountains of discipline. Like, if it's a bodybuilder, that's different. But if it's just a normal guy and he has muscle, it's like, okay, cool, you can bench 100 kilograms, you can do that. But can you do 10 pull-ups? Can you do a muscle up? I think calisthenics is really the thing that you should be looking at. If you want to differentiate yourself in the fitness area, you should do calisthenics. Because
I agree,
when you
because
can do
you see like
planche push-ups, yeah, it's much more cooler, bro. It's much more like flashy, and
yeah.
nearly like everyone has big muscles now. Everyone goes to the gym now, but who can do a planche push-up?
All you
Who can
need
do a
is
push-up without legs?
all you need is some tren and like good genetics, and then you'll be like the other 100, the 100 other big bulky guys, right? What you need is to do like, you know, have you ever seen those black guys on Instagram who do like slow motion muscle ups, and it's like really slow, and like that's the kind of thing, like that's impressive, you know.
Yeah, train to jump high, train to become better at sports, train to become more athletic instead of training to just get more and more muscle.
Because it's bad for your health as well, like.
Yeah.
And then you just deflate like Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Almost also who, bro? But yeah, anyways, the thing is, right.
Who's your favorite bodybuilder?
My favorite bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think I really have one, to be honest. Like, I'm not really into bodybuilding as much as.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh man, and yeah. And the thing is, like, when you first start working out to become more athletic, I think you should focus on endurance, muscular endurance, strength, flexibility, and what was the other one?
Strength.
Aerobic endurance. Yeah, aerobic endurance. No, I think strength, muscular endurance, aerobic endurance, and flexibility. So once you get these down, so I remember when I was playing sports back in the day, I had no skill at all, but I was always so fast, and had so much like aerobic endurance, so much muscular endurance that I would just be doing my bad skills all the time, but I would get it done. Say for example, right, if I'm 1v1ing against someone in basketball, I would shoot I would miss, right? But I was so fast and I had so much endurance that every single time I would run to the basketball and get it back before the other person. 9 times out of 10, and I would go again, and I'd end up winning because my endurance and my speed made up for so much of my lack of skill. And also with a lot of endurance, a lot of speed, and a lot of the basic foundation of strength, you can train harder at becoming more like skillful. Because if you have more endurance, you can train for longer, trying to learn the other skills. So first, I think you should try get as much aerobic endurance as you can before anything else.
Bro, I'm curious how does your athletic performance kind of do in Ramadan? Like, how does Ramadan affect it, if at all?
Oh, in Ramadan, like, okay, so now in Ramadan, it would affect it greatly. But back in my peak, I remember I would wake up. No, basically, so the day. Let me go back to the day before. So the day before, I would have iftar. I would eat, and then I would tell my mum and stuff, don't wake me up to eat, because I'd rather sleep instead to recover my muscles. So I'd do that. And then I'd wake up. I would get enough sleep. I would wake up. I would go to school. I would play basketball during break time and PE. And then I would come home. I would train an hour before iftar, and then I would break my fast. And then maybe I would do a little sprinting after Maghrib again. And that's what I was doing. And because my aerobic endurance and my muscular endurance was so much, I was able to do this during Ramadan. Instead of the Ramadan before, I wasn't able to do that. Like, I remember during break time and lunchtime, I wouldn't do any sort of sport. I would just sit there or something. Because of Ramadan, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it. And,
it's your mind that always usually limits you. You know, if you have iman and you believe that, obviously, why would this be obligatory upon us if it put us in a worse condition? You know. Man, I just had a green fart. I'm just saying, most of like when people do worse in Ramadan, in anything, whether it be physical or mental, it's all kind of in your mind, you know, because if you just believe, you can push through it and you can still do whatever you kind of want to do.
Bro, people went to war during Ramadan. I haven't eaten since I've woken up now. I just had coffee and I'm intermittent fasting.
In fact,
and that way, like I don't.
Is war in Ramadan halal? I don't know, because there's holy months.
There's different months that you can't go to war.
It's been debated by scholars. War's not prescribed during this. I don't know, bro. It doesn't matter. But yeah, no. People used to till farms for like 12 hours a day and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, right. Let me talk about something completely different right now.
Okay.
The thing is, people will go to. I would go to work. That guy wants to eat hotki.
What's that?
It's some dish, some Bengali dish, bro. I don't like it.
Baking in the UK, Jan?
It's some. Yeah. So say for example, right, I was working nearly 40 hours a week, for someone else. But then when it comes to working just 3 hours a day for myself making videos, I don't know why I struggle so much. Because if I could work 3 hours a week, go to work at 2 p.m. and come back home at 11. But then I can't do a fraction of that for myself. Like, what's wrong with me?
Because the thing is that being at work, and I was in the same industry as you for a year. Although I was more in the kitchen, I wasn't doing like service as much. I was cooking and stuff, but I was also like being a server. The thing is, it's kind of easy because you can turn your brain off and just do it. You know, you can be stupid and do it. But the thing is with content creation and with almost any creative work, is that you need to focus, you need to turn your brain on, and you need to be creative. You know, for that actually, I would recommend the book Deep Work. Have you read it?
I'll see.
You know it, yeah?
I get what you're trying to say. No. I've heard of it before, I think.
It's a really good. It's basically about like creative work, which is what we do. And then also like writing scripts and how to kind of discipline yourself to do work. And how it all kind of works, but
takes much more brain power, basically. Yeah.
So, and another thing is that I think when you're at work, you have like people forcing you to work, and if you don't work, you get in trouble. But when you're at home,
and in the work environment as well.
Yeah, but if I had a guy here who's like whipping me if I don't work, bro, I'd be a billionaire now, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury.
Oh, you know the days I wake up and I just don't look at my phone, and then I would go and do something else. I would just work out. That's the days that I feel the best in the morning. Because
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree.
polluting myself with TikTok. Because I remember back in the day when I was younger, right? From 7 to 14, 15, I'll be on YouTube, right? I'm scrolling through videos trying to find the right video to watch. And I'll click on it and I'll watch most of the video and I'll enjoy it and I'll remember what's in the video and stuff. But then, ever since TikTok came out, I could just go on TikTok. I could just start scrolling. Oh, I don't like it. Let me just scroll to the next one. Okay, entertainment. Oh, I don't like this one. Scroll to the next one. Entertainment. Bro, I don't even watch YouTube now anymore. Because I realized the thing I was doing with YouTube before was trying to find entertainment. I was just scrolling, trying to find it. But then with TikTok, you could do that in 2 seconds. Instant gratification. And I think that ruins us because...
Bro, you know, I think
When I was
what you
in
should
the-
do is just, bro, like, stop scrolling TikTok and just watch YouTube. Because YouTube, like, there's actual value in a lot of... Like, you can't be successful on YouTube unless you have a hyper entertaining content or, like, value, you know? That's one thing I really like about YouTube, bro. I like boast about how, like, how small my screen time is sometimes. But then I spend 8 hours a day on YouTube. You know?
Oh my god. But... I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, when I was in year 5, right? When a lot of us were younger, we would only have one screen in front of us watching one thing, doing one thing. Or, like, when I was in year 5, I was watching One Piece and Fairy Tail. Okay, this is not exposing my sense because I was before puberty. So, I was watching One Piece and Fairy Tail, 11 episodes a day, bro, in year 5 when I was like, what was that, 9 or 10 years old.
Bro, you were brain rotted, bro. You were brain
That
rot
was the
before
thing,
brain
is,
rot.
right? That's better than now because now people can't even sit down and binge anything because they need to watch TikTok. They need to scroll TikTok. Like I remember people would say to me, "Oh, they couldn't watch The Boys because it's too long," and they would rather just like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like an episode is too long for them. And before, I knew like if it was 5 years ago, they could definitely do it.
Bro, I knew
They could
people who
definitely
I know people who, like, while watching a series, they have to be playing a game and scrolling.
That's what I'm trying to say. That now, like, we can't do it. It's not how it was before.
Yeah.
Before we would only have one screen in front of us. Now, yeah, I remember like a few years ago, I was playing a game, watching a video, and on my phone at the same time. But just that's what I'm saying. Instead of, I think it's much better to watch something like on YouTube again instead of just scrolling your phone all day, because at least you're gonna remember what was on YouTube.
Bro, nowadays, like, if you want to get rich, right, you don't just watch long form YouTube videos. Bro, you have to go on a video that's like 20 minutes long and it's got like 200 views and there's nothing in it. Like, it's literally just audio. And then you have to watch through all of that and take notes, bro. Like, that's what I was doing for Just Pray, like, learning the marketing, bro. And it's so hard, bro, like, for my brain rotted brain. And that's what you have to do, though. You have to, like, watch actual videos that provide value, that aren't filled with, like, jingling keys on your face, you know? It's
Exactly.
crazy, bro. May Allah make us less brain rotted.
I mean, but yeah, that's one thing I need to do. Stop watching TikTok. And I'm not a hypocrite for posting on TikTok because my TikTok is actually beneficial. But like, oh my god!
I mean, bro, people are gonna scroll anyway, you know.
What better thing to take people away from their ambition and their drive by giving them easy entertainment from a swipe? Because you'll be okay. People want to become successful, but then they're going to be swiping 3 hours a day on TikTok, wasting their time, wasting their energy on TikTok instead of doing something in real life. Because it's so much easier to just find entertainment by doing this. Even though, like, the thing is, I realize that when I'm watching TikTok, I don't even find it fun. Like, a lot of the video funny. Like, I'm scrolling it, but I'm not laughing. I'm not even laughing.
You should try Instagram Reels then.
Okay, maybe Instagram Reels is completely different, but TikTok, I'm not even laughing. I'm just...
Nah, Instagram, bro, Instagram Reels, I very often just laugh because of how crazy, like, it gets worse every time.
Exactly, bro.
You know?
Exactly.
3 hours.
That's why I was scared for the Instagram Reels comment, bro.
Allah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, bro, is there anything else we could talk about, bro? Or is that basically it?
I don't know, Jla. Let me see. Let me see what I sent you with the questions. And the thing is, I genuinely think, yeah, no matter how like far behind you feel in life, right? If you just start outworking everyone, you just start working all day, you can get forward. Like it's easy, but to say, but it's not easy to do. Like the concept is easy. Just start working hard. Like I don't have a driver's license right now. If I just spent 2 hours just to go through theory tests and booking like 2 lessons a week, I can, okay. The money, the problem is the money, but I could get a driver's license in 3 months, inshallah.
Bro, just make 20
But-
Just Pray videos and you'll have the money.
Exactly, but we have to wait until August. So I'm not doing it yet. But yeah.
Yeah, for real.
What do you guys think of Greek yogurt? Oh man, you know what? When I have biryani, I put Greek yogurt on. I have Greek yogurt on it. And the thing is, me like on TikTok, I don't care. Sometimes I make 2 minute videos, and I know it's not gonna get that many views, but I'm just like, you know what? Let me just do it.
Might help
why
someone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I think you should do more Islamic content, like about reminders and Islam, and remind us for yourself and for other people as well. Because one thing I found out is that, let's say, have you seen my video about music? How music is haram. So I made that video, and during that video I said something like, I'm a grade 7 pianist, but I've stopped playing piano now. And ever since I uploaded that video, it's like I've had the desire to play piano again, and I've had the desire to do music again. But I went from doing this much music to this much instantly, because I said, don't, music is haram, and I went publicly, and I don't even know where I'm going with this, bro. I'm just saying, like, if you remind people, it kind of drives you to also follow that advice as well, so
yeah.
So that's why I urge almost everyone. I think everyone should make Islamic content, at least just like remind the basics that everyone already kind of knows, but just make reminders, because people just forget. Like, people are scrolling and they have Salah coming up, but they just don't care. But then when someone makes a video that says, if you have to pray now, go and pray, just that one video could cause someone to pray, and the reward for that is insane. So anyone in chat who's watching, guys, there's nothing stopping you from getting a phone saying, if you're watching this and you're skipping Salah, go and pray now. And this isn't a Just Pray ad, by the way. This is actual advice. I think you guys should do that, He's Polish.
My Just Pray ads are gonna be amazing, inshallah. My Just Pray ads here that I'm gonna make are gonna be amazing, bro.
Inshallah, bro, they better be. I've hope in you, bro. You better get us millions of views. You'll get paid a lot of money if.
Say no more, bro. Say no more, bro. No job for me, bro.
Yeah, this is all you need, bro. You don't need a real job anymore. Bro, I had one real job at a takeaway, and then they stopped giving me shifts because I was too bad. Like, I just sucked, bro.
Why? What did you do?
Bro, I didn't even do much, bro. I think someone was framing me, because like money disappeared out the register, and then they were like, Jan, was this you? And I was like, what? I'm a Muslim, bro. But then everyone else there was a Muslim, but they were like smoking and like doing zina. Bro, it's so weird.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but I don't know. Alhamdulillah that I got fired from there though, because if I wasn't and I was still working there, bro, I don't know where I'd be today. Like I'd just not be uploading anything. I'd just be just like from 6 p.m. to midnight, just making kebabs and
that's mental. I can't lie.
Fries. Interview the common sense Muslim next, bro. I don't know him very well.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted to get fired, bro.
You wanted to get fired?
Oh my! I wanted to.
Okay,
get fired.
let's tell me your story about like your job you had, and what happened at your job.
So, so when I first started working, right, is when I had very bad self-esteem. I didn't really want to go outside. I was bed rotting all day. So, it was in the summer holiday before year 13, and my brother was told me to come work with him in his place of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was working there in the summer holiday for like 2 or 3 days, and then I made some excuse about, oh, I have to do coursework or whatever, and then I started working 1 day a week. I started working once a week during the school year, and I'd call in sick so many times. Like I just didn't want to work. Like I just didn't, honestly, I just didn't want to work, bro. Because the thing is, right, I'd have to wake up at 3 a.m. for a 6 a.m. shift.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waking up at 3 a.m.
Why 3 a.m.?
So I could, because it's so far away, bro. Right? And it's only a 6-hour shift. Like when I went there, it made I could tell like it made my mental health better, because working, going outside, it made me feel better and stuff. But then having to wake up at 3 a.m., oh my god. And then I had that job. And then when it came to the time when I finished school, now it's like, okay, I gotta go full time, right? So I went full time, and I was still calling sick a lot, because I'm like, bro, I went from never really working to waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Every single day. Like I wasn't getting enough sleep, and I think this is where my hair's like started falling out.
You should have just slept earlier, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's so impossible, because imagine, like, I come home, and then I go sleep, and I have to consider the prayer times as well. Like I have to wake up for each prayer and then go back to sleep again, if I really want to get 8 hours of sleep. And yeah, and then I started doing this certain role, right, where I was working as a different role that I'm not really getting paid for, and they started taking advantage of that, right? So then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And they're like, no, you have to do it. I was like, okay, so fire me then. And I basically just kept telling them to fire me then. Like, we're not gonna fire. It's like, okay, then shut up, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let me just go back to work then. And I just stopped coming in the next day. But I didn't say shut up, but I said shut up in a mildly professional way.
Please stop speaking.
Not professional, but I just said, like, if you're not gonna fire me, like, you have no power with me, I'm just gonna go back to the till. Like, that's kind of what I said. Like, I'm just gonna go back to work. And I just didn't come in the next day. And I'm just like, bro, because these managers, right, their heads get too big. Like, they start thinking they can speak to you in a certain way. Like, bro,
every time I was in my college, like, the college I went to is notorious because everyone who goes there is stupid. Like, it's the college you go to if you don't get accepted anywhere else. And every time a teacher would say something to me, like, negative, that sounded like, are they being rude to me? I think, but they work at this college, you know.
Fairs, yeah.
You'd get it more if you were here. Like, it's. I was in like.
No, we have one
college.
like that as well. We have like that one. I have one college like that as well near my house, where it's like, if you don't get accepted anywhere else, you're going there, bro.
Yeah, and imagine if you go there because of circumstances. Because for me, I got kicked out of my school for bad attendance, and I was getting like A stars on biology, chemistry, psychology. I got kicked out for horrible attendance and my grades plummeted as well, right? So I had to go to that horrible college, and I was just like so out of place there because everyone there was so stupid. Like, there was a guy who during Ramadan, we were in the locker room, and he was saying like, oh, why would you put yourself in a worse physical condition for a whole month by choice? I was like, what do you mean a worse physical condition? You know, so I went to him. I said, dude, pick any sport, football, racing, you know, running, sprinting, anything. Meet me outside and see if you can beat me in it. And I was fasting at the time. And he was like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, PMO, bro, PMO.
Yeah, well, that's actually true as well.
Yeah, it's
the fattest guy saying, why are you fasting? Like, bro, shut up, man.
And he was super skinny. Yeah, he was like anorexic basically. He was like super bony.
Oh my god.
He looked like what's his name? Do you know the guy who studied?
Who's that?
I studied, you know, sipping Johnny Walker with Tristan Tate in the war room. No.
No, bro. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, bro. The guy that amazes them.
Sipping Johnny Walker with Andrew Tate. Oh, Belmar, Luke Belmar. Yeah, the guy I was talking about looks like Luke Belmar.
That guy, yeah.
Anyway, I guess Aki Ayman, but I don't listen to preachers. Rather, watch Muslim. Tell me the name of any popular Muslim preacher. Yeah, Muslim Lantern's really good. But anyway, I think we've been going for like an hour and 25 minutes. I can't really think of much else to say.
Yeah.
It's been really nice. I mean, chat's been a bit dead. You're just really boring.
Oh, safe.
But yeah, bro, it's been a great stream. You know, maybe we can do another one of these again someday, inshallah. Maybe put it on your TikTok as well or
Inshallah,
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, good stream, and I guess we should end it now. So, guys,
Yeah.
thank you. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all benefited from the words of the great wise ProteinSheikh19. And yeah, may Allah bless you guys. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.